What if you don't have a yardstick against which to measure your actions, reactions, and just life? What if there was no yardstick? What if there's no comparator? So, just to give you an example, if you are eating something, but there's no one to tell you, or you shouldn't be eating, or you don't know any better, and you're okay with eating whatever it is that you're eating, or say you feel like binging on some videos or some books or whatever it is, if we didn't have a yardstick, or if we don't have anyone to almost police your life, and there is no control that is being put into place, do you feel that you're going to be able to reset yourself? You will know what it is that you need to be doing? Or will you always need a reference that's going to bring you back, or that's going to check you in? Isn't it the case that we already have an inbuilt check-in point? Because you'll know if you're going to eat donuts and you decide, well, I'm just going to eat donuts the whole day, every day, because that's what I feel like eating, and you don't know any better, do you think that you're going to carry on eating the donuts indefinitely? Or will there come a point when you will stop? Yeah? So you can carry out an experiment with yourself. Before there was a point of reference, before there was somebody guiding you or someone telling you, say there is nobody guiding you, there's nobody telling you, and it's just you on your own, what are you going to do? Will you know that there is a God, or there is divinity, or that you're more than just this body? Will you feel other things? How do you bring yourself back to that basic point when you're not codependent on anything outside of you to dictate anything on the inside of you? Because folks, you can on your own navigate your life. But because we have become so accustomed to giving our power away, giving the controls away, being driven as opposed to being in the driving seat. So when it comes to spirituality, it comes to our awakening, it comes to traversing through phenomena that has existed before time and space, we are still a little lost, like what is happening, I don't know. And we want to know about science, we want to know, what do I do next? We're unable to control certain things. Why? Because we have lost that connection to ourself, to our very core. What would you do if there was nobody, there was no internet, there was no one to call upon? But now we've reached a stage where we need to call upon someone. We need to read a book. We need to listen to a podcast. We need a life coach. We need a spiritual teacher. We need something or someone to hold our hand and walk us. And the irony of this entire setup, when somebody's holding your hand, is that they're not actually doing any work for you. You're going to have to do it. But what's keeping you holding on to that is the comfort it's giving you, is the dopamine hits it's giving you. It's sort of giving you that excitement, or that, then you get hooked to it. There's a flow of oxytocin, the feel-good factor. And a very practical life example. Yesterday, a friend of mine called, and she was ecstatic. I mean, she's been married a very, very long time. She was ecstatic about meeting a friend that she made a point of telling me. And I said, does this friend happen to be of the opposite gender? And she said, yes, and it was very refreshing to meet someone. And she said, look, even after doing courses, or after, listening to this, that, and the other, I felt that nothing really ticked a change until I met this guy. Although she's not romantically involved with him, he's just another friend, but he was like a breath of fresh air, something new. The novelty is there, the dopamine goes, the oxytocin is flowing. And Because what was missing all along was connection. And so this person just represents that kind of connection that you are missing. Ultimately, you're going to have to find that connection within you instead of externalizing that and then getting it from something. It's the same, folks, when you go to a new place. You're exploring, if you eat the same food every day. So when we are seeking novelty, you take some toys, give them to your child. They're new and he will love them. If you don't want to buy any more toys, you just keep giving them a few toys, and then you change it. You change the toys next week, and they will look at it again with that novelty. It's a bit like you look in your house and you come across some old things and you feel, wow, So that hit that we're getting, because our brain starts, it's very easy for our brain to get accustomed to being in a certain way, and we get very comfortable with that. And then when you come out of that and you do something else and you see something else that's new, you're enlivened by that. You are enlivened. It's a bit like more oxygen has been put into your system. So folks, ask yourself, what if it was really just down to you and you? Because ultimately, no matter where you go, and I have a lot of clients who will say the exact same thing. In essence, they may have a different story, but in essence, it will be that same thing, that is, the connection is missing, or there is no trust. And it's always, look, I need some guidance. Guidance is there, folks, but ultimately, what draws you to a particular guidance could even be how it makes you feel. You see how so many will want to sign up to a law of attraction, a law of manifestation, a law of assumption, all of these wonderful, wonderful modalities out there. You'll want to really go into that because you can see something coming, and then sometimes things also start working because things start shifting. And what is actually working is that your mood shifts, your mood changes. There's a hope, there's a possibility, and just by doing that, you're already shifting something. So sometimes it is not the course itself that has brought about any change in you. It is you. You are the only one that can bring any change in yourself. Happy Independence Day.